videos and testimonials and documentation and scientific evidence. Urine therapy has been around over 5,000 years. Most people have heard of the Damar Tantras, which was taught by Shiva and Parvati. And they laid out a 9-year course on not only how to heal everything, but how to achieve physical immortality. Not a bad goal, huh? Anyway, what people have learned over the last, I don't know how many years, since them books came out in the early 1900s, the 1920s, the 1940s, the 1970s, 1990s, my books came out last 3 or 4 years, is that urine is actually ultra-filtered blood plasma. Okay, so the golden blood plasma, you know there's 3 parts of the blood. The white blood cells, the plasma, and the red blood cells. The liver takes the plasma, separates it out, sends the plasma to the kidneys. The kidneys are a sophisticated filtration system. What they do is they take it and they break it down into thousands and thousands of components through the nephron, convert to the nephron. So it runs through the urethra, ends up in the bladder, and you get a signal. You got to do something with it. Well, if you understand that it's medicinal and it's designed perfectly for your body when you need it, then you will not throw it away. You'll either use it topically or orally. Most people use the oral application because that's easy for them. But the topical use is going to handle everything from skin conditions to cuts and scratches and bruises and skin bites and sunburn, eczema, you name it. Foot fungus, the whole thing. That's why you massage it. That's why you soak your feet in it. If you ever study reflexology, did you study reflexology?
No.
You know what that is?
Yes.
Okay, so there's thousands of points in the feet that correspond and reflect to the organs and systems of the body. Well, it's also the widest pores. Do you ever use essential oil?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. First place they put essential oils is on the feet. So widest pores in the skin surface. So you're going to have the greatest chance of delivering the nutrients in your blood.
Okay. So that's a common use for urine therapy, is like soaking your feet in it?
Soaking your feet in it for 20 to 30 minutes.
Interesting.
Doing eye rinses, doing nasal washes, neti pots, doing ear rinses, doing gargling and swishing, which we were just talking about.
Yeah.
There are a lot of ways
I'd
to
gag if I did that.
Well,
Gargle.
you will gag until you shift your perception and your belief about
It's
it.
helping.
Now, with everything being questioned in reality right now on planet Earth, thanks to 2020 and the so-called pandemic, everybody's questioning everything from television to our doctors to religion to education. Well, this is one of the things that we've been lied to about by big pharma and the medical industry, that urine is actually a benefit to human health. They don't want to tell you that you can heal yourself because they're out of a job. And the millions of people, we figured out there's like 30 million people practicing this right now in 50 countries. There's about 25 people in Boulder who are my students that are practicing. These are the books that I've written on it. Channel 7, Channel 9 did a story on me. We were doing meetings at the downtown public library. And now what they do is they get a great story. At the very end, they demonize it. They bring out the doctor and says, for 30 seconds, oh, it's a waste product and we're crazy people, right? But what they didn't count on is 40, 50,000 people watch these videos, watch the television stories, and it's been very helpful to this movement.
It's good that you're getting the word out here.
Yeah, I'm getting the word out. And we're doing this down on the street level because everybody's talking about it on social media. But where people need to be approached and educated is on the streets. And ultimately, now I put together a nonprofit. This is the nonprofit. It's called Shivambu. It's a nonprofit. And so what we're doing is we're creating outreach programs and creating support structures all around the world. Because of this work, I've got clients and contacts in pretty much every major country that practices this.
Wow.
And you guys are plugging into something that's really big if you have an interest. It can be very effective in your health and save lives of people who are giving up on doctors.
Do you have an example, like, what's an example of someone who's come to this and seen like a change in their physical health or something?
People who have healed multiple sclerosis, people who have healed diabetes, people who have healed COVID, people who have healed Parkinson, and on and on it goes. We've got some testimonials in my book. We've got a whole bunch listed on the website, and people are bringing forth their testimonials all the time.
How long does it typically take to see the benefits?
Well, that's all depends on you. Now, I've been doing wellness practice for 42 years. So I come from the holistic approach, and that is balancing all 4 pillars of health. mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. If I just tell people drink your urine, have a good life, I'm doing them a disservice. They need to change their diet, move to raw foods, do fasting, enemas, purification, get a good exercise program, have a good sound spiritual life, have healthy functional relationships, and take a look at how you think.
I see.
Question. Do you need to get your student or client or patient off pharmaceuticals before starting on urine therapy, or how does that work when you're taking, perhaps some medication?
You guys understand the question?
Yeah, do you have to take off prescription, or can you just start on this urine therapy
You start immediately on the urine therapy.
with the prescriptions ready that you're
If
taking?
you're still doing the prescriptions, I recommend you take it 2 hours on either sides of the prescription.
Okay.
Because the body will look at it as an invader and will want to clean it out.
It will be in your blood, so
It'll
in
be,
your urine.
it'll be in your blood and it'll be in your urine. But ultimately, your chemistry is going to change and your craving and your dependence on those drugs will go away. We've seen a lot of people get rid of addictions. They've got rid of pornography addictions, coffee addictions, cigarette addictions. He smokes, don't talk to him.
I smell.
Because the chemistry changed in their body and they did not reach to it anymore. They just lost interest. Marijuana cravings, we've seen people quit smoking pot.
So the goal is to wean them off the pharmaceutical.
Ultimately, liberate them.
Is
Answer
there?
your question.
Yeah.
So interesting.
But it
Thank
may be
you
too
for
shocking for
educating
them
us
to
on the
take them off
streets.
too soon.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
taboo around the subject that cannot be ignored. So you need to really study, and I did immerse myself in the literature years ago and discover, man, this is a whole field of study that's ignored by science, because it's cheap and it's your own perfect medicine and you make it for yourself. But like you said, the trick is what's your diet, because it is a sample of your blood, and it's all about toxicity. Would you agree with that? Whether it's right, so it accelerates the cleansing in a way that's exponential.
I
The
love
more
the
you
color
fast,
scheme.
and the more you recycle it, because it's also
Creative.
You got the pants
low
too?
temperature.
Oh, wow.
It is distilled
I
water.
love it.
I did not soak these in my urine. Okay?
It has let's
I'm
say
just a big mouth. They know me all over the world.
At the time, to keep the
These
perfect
are-
pH.
Now this was my
sodium,
Bible.
pressure.
This came out in 1994. I started my journey in 1994.
Wow.
And then my books came out in 2018 and 2020.
Well, thank you again, Chris. We really appreciate it. It's great meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to
Very
plug
nice.
into a growing community in Boulder,
Yeah.
come and reach me.
We got it.
Thanks so much.
Have a great
Nice
one.
talking to
Thank you, ladies.
I saw you have a bumper sticker on your card.